Hi friends, welcome to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Caitlin. For those of you that are not new here, my face is happy that you are seeing it again. And I'm also excited that you're all seeing my new haircut. This is my first video filming with getting my hair done, so let me know what you think. Anyways, so today we are going to rank all of the palettes that I tried in July. If you come here to see ranking videos with like older palettes mixed in with the new palettes and you appreciate the like less heavy recommendations on like buying new stuff, this may not be the video for you. All but 3 of these palettes that I used this month were purchased in either June or July, so they're all pretty new. Yeah, so there's 17 of them. Anyways, just wanted to get that disclaimer out of the way because I know a lot of people comment saying like, I love that you include older stuff. And I do have some palettes of the 3 that I am including. They are palettes that came out this year. I don't have anything older past this year. So yeah, I probably could have done a better job not buying as much stuff. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. But anyway, if you are interested in hearing my thoughts on all of the palettes I tried in the month of July, then go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, I always forget to do this, so before I get into the rankings, make sure to like this video, so give it a thumbs up. Also comment down below which palette, if you follow me on Instagram, you may know like what kind of palettes I've got in the last 2 months, if I've purchased in the last 2 months. So let me know what your thoughts are on like your guess, I guess I should say, of my favorite palette in July. For those of you that don't follow me, I guess, I don't know, you can still guess if you want to, but we'll just go ahead and get on into it. So number 17 is my Melt Cosmetics Brunette palette, and I feel sad saying that, but one, I think I've mentioned this in a video, this like packaging already tore, which is upsetting for how expensive the palette is, and then 2, it's just kind of like a boring color story. I don't know, it's just not a color story I vibe with, and I think I felt compelled to purchase this palette because I own almost every Melt palette, and so the like completionist in me was like, you have to buy this palette, otherwise I wouldn't have purchased it. The color story never really like got me going, and so yeah, so anyway, that's why this palette, the quality is good. I feel like I've never had issues with Melt quality, so it wasn't that, it's just the color story for me just isn't something that I really particularly enjoy. Number 16 is the Nabla Midnight Cutie palette. This palette's actually really nice. These shimmers are stunning. It's just, the only issue I have is like, I don't really know what to do with this like Marseille shade. I just don't feel like it goes. It's like a blue color story. Otherwise I would have preferred maybe like another like more mid-tone blue matte there. But the quality's nice. It's just, you know, for a mini blue palette, there's really only so many looks you can get out of it, which is maybe why they added that gold in there, so that you could mix up the looks, I guess. But anyway, yeah, those are my 2 cents on that. The number 15 spot is the Colourpop Powerpuff Girls palette. I'm pretty sure I purchased this palette solely for nostalgia purposes. Yeah, this shade though, Frenemy, is a really pretty like duochrome shade. To be honest, I haven't even used these green shades yet, and otherwise like the quality on it's nice. Like there wasn't really any issues. I didn't realize there were 2 pressed glitters in it. Like I thought this shade and this shade were both shimmery shades, but they're 2 pressed glitters, so I don't love that. So yeah, this palette's okay. I really just got it, like I said, for the nostalgia purposes. Number 14 is the Dose of Colors X Donald and Daisy Duck collection. I really liked this palette actually. Like I like it. I loved these 2 purpley shimmery shades. I thought they were nice. I thought this was a really good matte black. All the mattes and all the shimmer shades were actually worked really well, and I didn't mind this as a bronzer on my skin tone. I do agree with the sentiment from others though, like that as a bronzer really only works for people that are pale like me, so that's unfortunate. But I think it's a nice transition shade too, but if you're using that as like a transition eyeshadow shade, like you're never in a million years gonna run through that as solely an eyeshadow shade. So anyways, yeah, so I really like this palette. It's I know it's like on the lower end, but I think I really like every palette that is on the rest of this. And I even liked like the Powerpuff and the Nabla ones, like in brunette. Like I haven't tried a palette with bad quality out of any of these. It's really more like color story preference. This one I did actually like the color story, but again, it's like smaller, there's less options. So I just feel like I can't put it higher, if that makes sense. Number 13 is the Alien Cosmetics Strawberry Milkshake palette. First of all, look at that packaging. Is that not stunning? It is. You don't have to answer me. This palette gives me all the nostalgia because my room when I was growing up was literally this green and this pink. Like that was the color scheme of my room. So anyways, so it gives me all the nostalgia. I think the shimmer shades, as far Alien Cosmetics normally has these like incredible duochrome shimmer shades. These are not that, but they are nice shimmer shades and all the mattes worked really well. So overall, I really like this palette, and it's like a lot bigger than I was kind of expecting it to be. Number 12 is the Alien Cosmetics Lore palette. So this is an older palette from Alien Cosmetics. This is what I mean. Do you see like the shiftiness of those shimmery shades? They are absolutely stunning. Really nice mattes. Again, there's literally no issues with this palette, and I know it's lower, but it's just because I had fun playing with these other palettes. I will say I've only used this palette 2, maybe 3 times because this is one of the last things I purchased in July that like just arrived. It was on like a pre-order, or I purchased it in June. It just arrived like tail end of July. So I haven't had a chance to really play with it too much yet, but I've been having fun with it, so it might jump up higher in later rankings, but I just I feel like I like other palettes more. Next up is the Sydney Grace X Temtalia On the Horizon palette. This palette is really nice. This like green and blue section here, really beautiful shades. I used Calming Presence. You can see I kind of dug into it. I used that one as a eyeliner, and I thought that was a really fun look. Overall, no issues with this palette. The quality again is stunning. I actually really enjoyed this color story. I think you can get really nice like pinky looks or like a green blue look, and then that Calming Presence shade is this like beautiful deep purple. And yeah, everything is really nice. Oh, this is the light version. I should say that all of the Sydney Grace and Temtalia palettes I have are the light version. You can purchase like a light and deep version. Anyways, next up is the Radiant Reflection palette. This is what this one looks like. The only reason I put this one above the On the Horizon is because this shade, Gloss Over, is the most electric blue on the eyes. I don't have anything like it, and so anything that brings something new to my collection is exciting to me. Yeah, but the rest of it, the shade Temtalia is this beautiful pink. Forget Her Not is similar to Calming Presence, but there's like more depth to Calming Presence, and so I do prefer that shade in the On the Horizon palette. But anyway, this shade alone is like put this palette over the top for me. Okay, so last palette was in the 10th spot. So this is the number 9 spot. So this is the Quintessence palette. This is from Sydney Grace and Temtalia. Again, this palette, the shade Aurora and the shade the Milky Way, those 2 shades are my favorite shades out of that entire collab like series of palettes. I just think, and Celestial Bloom is also a really pretty shade, but like Borealis is also stunning. I just felt like this palette had more interesting shimmer shades, but again, liked all of them. Think they're all great. Quality's awesome. Okay, so number 8 is the Alien Cosmetics Don't Be Jelly palette. So this is an all shimmer palette, but it's like duochrome. Let me see if I can like move it around and if you can see those shifts. So like this is a multichrome, that's a multichrome, that's a multichrome, so there's like 5 multichrome shades, and then these like more interesting like kind of duochrome-y shimmer shades. These shades are really nice. I will say the shade DBJ5 in the middle here, it definitely has a black base, so you want to make sure that you're using kind of like a black shade around it, otherwise it looks a little weird. But overall, have really enjoyed this palette. Think these shades are super interesting. This was kind of expensive, like I think it was like $70 something, and it's just like you're paying that truly for the shades because there isn't like a brand name association to like have that higher price tag, and the packaging is like, I don't want to say cheap because it's definitely like sturdy, nice cardboard, but not like what you would typically expect from like a $70 palette. But anyway, I think these shades are really nice. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is number 7, but this is the Colourpop Lush Life palette. This palette is really nice actually, and really good quality for Colourpop. Like these, like Hotness and Pom Pom are very vibrant shimmers, and Colourpop has good shimmers, but not like bam, like pow, bam, right in your face, like bright shimmers. So I felt like that you got that with this palette, and then I really liked the color story, and then I also thought all the mattes worked really nicely. So definitely enjoyed this. Packaging is lovely as well. Next up, so number 6 is the Nomad Cosmetics America's Parks palette. This palette is truly stunning. Definitely has a lot of those earthy tones. This is a really interesting like brown purple duochrome shade. Yeah, liked this palette. I have nothing but good things to say about it. No bad things to say about this palette. I think it's really nice. I think the color story is pretty. I do think they did a good job capturing like earthy tones in it. So yeah. Number 5 is the Lethal Cosmetics and Teresa is Dead collab, the Lethal is Dead palette. I love the theming behind the shade names. They're like, so it's like straight to VHS. I think it's like 80s horror theme. So like The Final Girl, Watery Grave, Body Snatched, Ancient Evil, Predator, Creature Feature, Vengeful Spirit, and then I think I skipped Spellbound. But anyway, yeah, those are the shades. Shimmer shade. This was my first time trying Lethal Cosmetics. They have a great matte formula, and their shimmer shades, so shimmer formula is really nice as well. Overall, really enjoyed this palette. Number 4 is the Musee Beauty Rococo palette. This is the only palette this is the oldest palette in this ranking. So this is really the only like palette I kind of threw it back to get, but I think this palette still only came out in like, what, February? March maybe? Anyway, this palette is one of my all-time favorites. I love this palette. I think these purpley and blurple shades are so pretty. I love the matte color story that they did here. The only issue I have with this palette is that these two shimmer shades are so similar. I wish one of them was taken out and then they gave me a different shimmer shade, but overall this palette's really fun. And then oh, look at that packaging, it's just so pretty. Number 3 is the Laura Lee Los Angeles and Aaron Weaver collab, the Candy Skies palette. I just kept reaching for this one, and I'm normally not a pastel gal, but like I just really had fun with this palette. I think the shimmer shades are all nice. Everything performed well. I really liked the formula, and I thought it was a really nice palette. Number 2 is the Cash Beauty Color Trip palette. This is my first time trying Cash Beauty. So what's cool about this palette is it's an eyeshadow palette, but also has water liners, like water activated liners here at the bottom. And they're split pans, so you can mix them, and then of course you can like dip in and mix across. They showed like a video of somebody like mixing from like the orange with like the black or the white or whatever to either deepen it or lighten it, and then they just like wiped it out afterwards to keep it clean. I obviously have not had great success with cleaning mine, so I need to figure that out. But overall, this palette's just been really inspiring to me lately. I keep reaching for it. I keep wanting to play with it. I keep having new ideas on different looks to do. So overall, I've just been having a good time. The formula is great. Again, all positive things. And the number 1. Now that I've ranked all of it, any guesses? Want to change your guesses? Comment down below what you think the number 1 palette's going to be. Are you ready? Okay, the number 1 palette was the ABH Marvina Volume 5 palette. And I know, I get it, like the issues with ABH and Norvina and all of that, but I'm obsessed with purples, and this like half purple half neutral palette just sings to me. I love the colors in it. I love the quality. I think I said this before, but like C4 an E4 as like a 2-shade look is one of my favorite looks to do right now. I love that you get like a mauvey purpley look with all of the neutral browns. They just all lean kind of like a mauvey purple tone, and I think it's incredible. So anyways, those were all 17 palettes that I tried in the month of July. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did you try any of these palettes? Do you have any of these palettes? Do you want any of these palettes? I am curious. I love chatting about makeup with you guys. And other than that, that's everything for me. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.